Another difficult interview for you, but if you could just sum up what you're feeling at the moment.
Yeah, look, I'm disappointed and I'm gutted, and the riding factor is obviously the team have worked tirelessly today, absolutely give everything, come to a place like this against a very, very good side, and managed to get our nose in front. And in second half, I've had to weather it a little bit, of course, and we come under it quite a bit. But in the last action, I've just seen it back. He's offside. He just looks offside to me, he's standing in an offside position, and people don't understand. But that as a consequence of where my keeper's positioning is, where the defenders are, whether he's gone for the ball or not, he's 2 yards away from the goal line, and he's in an offside position. So, I don't know. Yeah, that's what's disappointing.
You've had some decisions go your way this season and some decisions not go your way as well. How disappointing does it feel when you feel that you've had the game in your hands, at least you've managed to control it, put such a defensive effort in as well, and you're walking away feeling like you've...
Yeah, and that's what hurts most. I thought we defended superbly today. I mean, look, we limited them to very few chances. Of course, they have their chances, but defended very, very well. The longer the game was going on, I felt that we'd done very well in that. But yeah, residing factor is that late decision and the rules on it. To be honest with you, I think the linesman obviously probably sees him in an offside position. We then go upstairs to someone who's a few miles away, and he probably doesn't see, or maybe just takes the law to the letter, and it's just offside for me. And I'm not just saying that because I'm standing here on the end of a loss. I'm a draw. That's not the reason. It's football. How I know football, someone standing in offside position two yards from your goal line, it's offside. But maybe it ain't no more, but yeah.
How does it feel? Does it feel like a loss? You just said it there, obviously it's a draw, but does it feel like a loss?
Well, it does when it comes that close, yeah, of course it does. It does, yeah. We wanted to come and win the game today. We needed to win the game. We wanted to win the game. We're going to need to win next week. We're going to need to win the remaining games and want to win football matches. And we were so close today. So that was it's been painful. But as always, as disappointed as I am now and as disappointed as the team are, we'll wake up tomorrow morning, get out of bed and realise, okay, well, the next task now is the next game, and that's what we'll do. We'll learn from today, and we'll fight again, and we'll keep going. You see that today. You see a team there with effort, desire, fight, spirit, and like I always say, with that, you've got a chance, and that's why we've got a chance.
Will you look at other results that are going on around you, or do you just focus on your games now?
Well, the main focus is our game, of course. That's the main reason and the main focus. Of course, when you get to this point in the season, you've always got half an eye on other results. But like I always say, Laura, listen, the most important thing is us trying to win football matches in this division. And if we can't win games, then inevitably we're not going to stay in this division. So, of course, the main focus is us winning games. And we just not managed to do that today due to, I feel, that probably not fairly as well.
You just mentioned there the spirit and the fight in this side and how far they've come. You've taken big points off big teams, and it was so close against this Arsenal side as well. So it must feel bittersweet because you must be so proud of it, but feel so disappointed.
Yeah, I am. Look, I'm immensely proud of the team. The journey this team have been on, from where they've come from. I often say a young team lacking real Premier League experiences, and the journey what they've been on has been an incredible one. They give me absolutely every single thing they have every single week. And I've said it many a time, people will point fingers at the end of this season and say where we've failed, and rightly so, because there is some clear areas where we have failed. There's one area where this team have never failed, and that's effort and desire and spirit and passion, and that's the reason we are in the position we're in with a fighting chance. So I'm very proud. Of course, on the flip side, we need to win games, and passion and spirit don't keep you in this league. You need quality as well. So yeah, we'll try and maintain to do that.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Laura.
Cheers.
Thank you.
The incredible defensive performance for the majority of that game. I imagine the emotions are very high at the moment. What's the feeling now, conceding late on again?
Of course, I'm disappointed. It was a little bit similar to the Liverpool game, I think. The way we defend was unbelievable. Then we concede a silly goal like that in the end. I haven't seen it, so I don't know if it was the right call or not, but it's these small things that change the game, you know.
As I said before, for the majority of that game, the defensive shift was huge there. You had so much belief, which you have to try and keep hold of now, I imagine.
One more time, please.
You have to try and keep hold of that belief now moving forward. How would you take each game now after this?
Of course, you know, we showed many times that we can play against the best, and again today we show that, and it's again to see small things that does that we don't win the game. So it's just hard now. Yeah.
Are you seeing improvements as well? Because one of the things that was troubling Fulham with the lack of goals, he scored a goal today even though it was a penalty, but are there improvements in this team?
To be fair, I think Arsenal were good today. It was a difficult game, and you need to understand that you have to defend sometimes when you come here at the Emirates, and we did that really well. And again, I think we need to create more. We didn't create enough, but again, if you can win 1-0 away, what more you want?
Okay, joking. Thank you.
Well, you can understand the disappointment. What a bitter blow, as I say, for the second game running. OK, let's get to that equaliser. The fourth latest goal in the Premier League all season. Eddie Nketiah's first in the Premier League since last September.
Ryan, they're coming up doing a bit. But, like, yeah, I think Eddie's movement here, once the ball goes over Eddie's head, you know, this is what he does. He can stay in the box. He's a good box player. Once he goes over him, look, he's the one. He's moving. He's going to make sure that back post is covered. And in the end, he sniffed it out. You know, that's what he does. That's what he's very good at. When he's in the box, you see him now. Look at his movement. He's ready to go. He's taking a chance on the strike, and that's the payoff.
So we saw Scott Parker-Allen deep in conversation with the referee, Craig Pawson, and his assistant. Has he got any kind of case here?
No, I don't think so. He's probably saying that holding was in front or perhaps interfering with the goalkeeper. He wasn't, because he didn't even attempt to go for the ball, although he was in the offside position. Because he didn't make an attempt, and he wasn't offside, and it was the right decision.
Is that coincidence, 2 games running, and the way they conceded late at Villa when they were in front as well? Is it a mentality problem? Is it a pressure problem?
I think it's a bit of everything. It's also an ability problem that they find themselves in that position. They've got to try and see games out. I feel for them because they've worked so hard. I mean, I said before the game that it should be the minimum at this level, the elite level, where you give everything and you stick together and you're tight and you're compact, and they were that. But then, yeah, it's a terrible blow for them to concede so late on again. They've had to come back into this game on the back of that already, so you can imagine the hurt they're feeling now.
That plays on their mind. They're getting into, you know, when it's 90 minutes and then the Fulham players hear that there's another 7 minutes to go, when they're conceding goals like they are, as late as they are, trying to finish games off, not being able to finish games off and seeing games out, running balls into corners, they're going to feel that pressure. Even the way the corner was given away, you think, yes, OK, it's the latter stages of the game and you just got to get rid. But again, you know, can you make it better? Can you kick it further up? Can you kick it out for a throw? Can you just anything?
Game management.
That's what it comes down to. I think that the pressure of them trying to hold on is what undoes them in the end.
OK, well, we saw all those emotions and pictures. So no goals between Arsenal and Fulham in that first half, which was, as I say, eventful. Let's get straight to it. Should Arsenal be in front?
I think they started the game very, very well. I was always worried about starting well and not taking chances, but this is a fantastic chance. You know, you're thinking just lift it over the keeper. He's just put a little bit too much on it there. But it would have been a really good time for Arsenal to score. It's because of the pressure, and then it would have maybe demoralised them a little bit. This one, Al.
Yeah, I mean, it's just taking that ball when you're running out away from goal on the swivel on the half-turn. I think he should actually leave that for the oncoming Ceballos, shouldn't he? And then he would just be able to slot it in the back of the net. Well, I understand that from a forward's point of view. You're desperate to put the ball.
Well, he's scored one in a year. You know, he scored his goal against Sheffield United the other day. But at the same time, he just wanted to stay calm. But it would have been a good time to score in those moments because we was putting him under a lot of pressure. Talking
of Ceballos, he thought he'd scored his first Premier League goal. You thought Arsenal had the lead. How close and how hard is this to take? It's very hard to take. Everybody's had to deal with these, but when you look at it, you know, when you look here, it's somewhere there, but we'll see it from the other angle. Great pass from Hector Bellerin, who needs to play well because Chambers has been doing well at right back. But when you look at it from this angle,
It's one I'll find very difficult to take always, because you can see there it is there. You know, so that's meant to be the advantage he got, and it's a good header. Good
play from Arsenal, wasn't it? They moved it really quickly.
But then you look at that, you know what I mean? Like I say, for every team this season, that is difficult to take. And what's sad about it is that it's actually taking away goals. We want to see goals, and that narrow margin is just taking away goals.
Alan?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's so tight. I know there's the argument that it's offside, whether he's an inch or whether he's 3 foot. But it's so tight, and I don't like it when you have to draw those lines and we have to wait a while for the decision.
We talked about No Mitrovic and Madja in. He got those 2 goals at Everton. He hasn't scored since. He had a good sight of goal in that first half.
He had a very good sight of goal. This really is the only sight of goal that Fulham have got. But if he just struggles to sort his feet out. He can't get them to react quick enough. Even he sort of scuffs it. Then it takes the deflection and relief for Arsenal that it goes past the post. But if you just watch him when the ball comes, I know it comes to him quickly, but he's got to quickly try and move his feet a little bit quicker, and he'd have a better balance.
But that's the thing. What we're saying is that those little bits of quality. That's the little bit of quality that you need. Where you look at like a Newcastle, they've got Callum Wilson, Sam Maximin could come on and do that. That little bit of quality is more than enough to get that chance to give them the kind of stability in the game where they could cause Arsenal problems that they don't take the chance.
We had a long conversation before the game about the service, the way to get the ball forward to the strikers. What have Fulham done with this?
Well, they've worked really hard. They've tried to be organised, but Fulham now need goals. We're at the stage of the season where Fulham need goals. And we said about being positive and getting into forward positions. Now, what happens is players, because of their lack of ability, they want extra touches on the ball to feel more comfortable. Now that should go into the forward. Same thing again here with Lookman. Now extra touch. Look, that ball should now go out there, but all of a sudden you take an extra touch, and you take an extra touch, which then enables Arsenal to get men behind the ball. So from being in a good position, you go back into your final third. Similar thing again. That ball should now go in, but there's no one there, so you've got to take an extra touch. By the time you take it, there's only one person there. He's against 3 people. And Fulham have now got to be brave. They've now got to start and take chances. Otherwise, they're going to go down. They've got to start and come out and score goals.
I just think that Arsenal need to just carry on doing what they're doing. Don't get demoralised by the fact that they are putting a lot of pressure on and it's not quite happening. The way they started that game was perfect. What they've got to be careful of is that even in those instances, we've seen Fulham get a couple of chances where you think that could have been a goal, and then all of a sudden you're chasing. Just need to stay calm and keep putting the pressure on.